The economics behind real estate is simple. It's a scarce commodity and it's no more in creation, right? And in every location, the more people need properties, the more people need places to stay, the higher the value of properties in that location. That is exactly the case of Lagos real estate. Now, talking about the issue of rent, which has been a major problem in Lagos, for the past couple of years. It's crazy the way people increase rent now. Like some people literally increase their rent every year, and it's too much, right? And as much as we want the government to intervene and do something about this, I think the government themselves would have to tread carefully because they don't want to do things that would affect capital, that would affect investment in the state, right? So they have to be careful. And this issue of rent, like in order to get solution to it, I think we all have a role to play, not just the government now, because even it can be said that the current challenge we're facing about rental properties in Lagos self is something we caused by ourselves, right? And what am I trying to say? A couple years ago, like 3, 4 years ago, I had a conversation with some investors, people who bought properties from us before, and they said rental property is not a good investment. And the reason was crazy because they don't want to wait for several years to get that return on investment. And this is a conversation I had with like 3 different people, not together. And they all said that. And I wondered, like, if you're not trying to invest in rental properties, how do we control the price of rent in Lagos? This was like a 4 years old conversation. And I remember like 2 years ago, or even last year, there was a trend for like a couple weeks on Twitter where a lot of people were saying rental properties is a bad investment. Who wants to wait for several years and dealing with tenants and you have to wait for several years to get your return on investment? Now, this kind of mentality has now, pushed a lot of people away from rental property as an investment. Everybody wants to do short let or invest and just sell it. Nobody wants to wait for the required amount of years before you get your return on investment on a rental property. Now, the resulting effect of this is now the problem we have in Lagos real estate now with rental properties. Because a lot of people want to rent properties, want places to stay, and there are limited houses available. So what do you expect to happen to those houses? It is basic economics, demand and supply. When demand is crazy and supply is limited, price automatically goes up. It's just basic economics, right? So what I think is the solution going forward, aside dragging the government to do something about